#1. Bang, I rep BGE forever. Do the dance, nigga, foot to the pedal. I rep BGE forever. Do the dance, nigga, foot to the pedal.
So now this nigga got at Kevin after this shit. I don't know what Kevin said. Kevin didn't even, he just walked out.
And to go back to earlier, I never got to ask you, how did you meet Kevin Hart?
I put Kev on. Me, Jay Black, and at the time, my wife, Rachel, my ex-wife, Roy, went to a comedy club because I was looking to shoot Paper Soldiers, and I needed some comedians. So I saw him, I saw Smokey, and the next week I put him in the movie. And then I directed his next movie, Death of a Dynasty. And, you know, I was there as a friend, giving him advice, the whole nine, and supported him, came to Kevin's shows. And he did this show in New York, and it was dope in the Village, I forgot. And the next show was, and he called me, I brought my family. I got that shit on tape. And then the next show was The Garden, and I didn't get that call. And all of a sudden, all the people I had issues with were there. So I just figure they must have him on tape doing something stupid. I just think they all getting blackmailed. Like the guy he sold his name to or whatever, that's Jamie Salter. I know him well. Like, you know, me and Jamie Salter, you know, again, we did business together. His OG is Jeff Heckman. I knew them 20 years ago. So I know the games that get played over there. So I just don't feel like things are always what they seem. I don't know what problems Kev had. I know I saw some shit. I saw his company go out of business, that restaurant, but nobody was saying nothing because it happens. It's hard to scale a company. That restaurant, the vegan, all of a sudden he's eating vegan, but a vegan restaurant. You know, business acumen is a lot different than just getting paid a salary for doing a service. Again, you tell me which one of these people you consider businessmen are doing anything but just getting paid a lot of money by another culture. Who's really scaling a business? Who's investing? Who's reinvesting? Who's growing? No pause. No one's doing any of that. They're just letting them, for some reason, people give them checks. And then even people do.
Damn, man.
I don't know, you know, but that's just
you gotta say pause when you say who's grown. God damn, like you can't even say yeah, nigga. I done grew. Pause. Damn, nigga. The pauses is crazy, man. And then he said a nigga saw. How can you do that? Nigga could sell his name. So what we call Kevin now? Is he Kevin Hart? How the fuck you sell your name to a nigga? Kevin Hart not his real name? But that nigga real, what the fuck? That nigga Dame done said some new shit, bro. Said that nigga sold his name. I bet I could try to look that shit up.
My game. Like, I'm a different kind of businessman. I don't hustle to make an event for people to pay me a salary so I can get an announcement. I'm trying to grow a business for my kids and scale a business. I'm trying to be able to buy shit, pay all my employees or people I work with, and grow the business without a loan or any help at all. And I'd love you to show me someone else that's done that. One person.
You said that Kevin Hart sold his name?
Just Google it. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. But usually, I know for me, and again, allegedly for me, like deals have been presented to me. They want to loan me a bunch of money to grow my business, but if I break covenants, which means I don't pay the mortgage on it, then they get my name and they get all the shit I own. And then I just, what I'm seeing, I'm like, well, I see a business go out of business and all of a sudden somebody owns his name. That means somebody's in debt. But I'm not saying Kevin's in debt. I just a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not dumb. You know what I mean? So I could be wrong, but I see a business go out and then I see your name sold. That means you kind of get a loan against future earnings for me. But I'm not accusing Kevin of that. But, that's how shit be. But I do remember Tiffany Haddish in my studio in Burbank, and she FaceTimed Kev, and we were talking, and he put me on the phone, like, snapping, and then he gets on the phone, and he tells her, get out of there as soon as possible. That's what he told her. So I don't know what's going on. It's weird. He's over there. He was fucking around, pause.
Damn, how you heard it if he whispered it, bro? You might be making up shit, man. You might have been drunk. They might have been doing the joke, man. They comedians, bro. You might be like, get the fuck out. Then they laugh. You know how he But I don't know, man. You said that nigga cut you out? Oh, yeah. Then he wouldn't answer the question about you. I don't know, my boy. Maybe you did something to him, my boy, but sometimes niggas just get too big, man. Kevin Hart a big name, man. Just cause you put him in his first movie don't mean nothing to black niggas. Fuck that mean. That don't mean nothing to nobody. Just cause you put me on my first album, that don't mean like when I'm a fucking Grammy nigga and you ain't, I supposed to like what, bruh? Like I kept going up, fool. Like what you should have kept going up. Like
with Puff, he was.
You put him on. You should have been put another Kevin Hart on then. Like,
I don't know what happened, B. If you were hanging out in that house, I would just think that somebody might have some pictures of you. I don't know. Pause. But that's what I would think if you over there and homie was really on that shit. I'd be like, that was a place. It looks like to aggregate people doing things that they shouldn't be doing while they were in an inebriated state of mind, and then get taped and then have to do things they don't want to because they don't want to be embarrassed. Now that I'm seeing things with these Epstein files and all the shit and Puff and all these taping everybody, I think the whole world is run on blackmail. And I just don't think I've done anything anyone could blackmail me about.
Damn, say them niggas getting back blackmail, man. Damn. Damn, then he talked about Harvey Weinstein? Yeah, he ain't got no blackmail on him, boy. He talking about the big kahunas. Kevin Hart.
Speaking of Epstein,
That nigga said Kevin Hart sold his name. Wow.
I was real cool with him, right?
He wasn't right. Nah. There's a difference between, I knew Harvey Weinstein, but it was more social. We have friends in common. We hung out in Cipriani's. And we were also in the same fashion circle. And then we made Paid in Full. But again, me knowing him meant I wasn't doing any more business with him. And when I did see them doing business together, again, like regardless to what, I don't think Homeboy has any business acumen. So I'm like, he can't direct, he can't produce, he can't edit, he can't shoot. He doesn't do anything. So I'm like, why would anybody give that person that opportunity other than to leverage something? But one thing.
Did he sell his name? Let's say he sold the rights to his name to Authentic Brands Group while becoming a shareholder and co-managing the brand. So he kind of just sold the company or whatever the fuck this is while he now holds shares in that motherfucker. Now he just like a nigga that, got shares in the company, man. Hold on. They said, hey, man, stop. Damn it. It's a company that manages names like Shaq, David Beckham, Muhammad Ali under the deal. ABG now holds the rights to the Kevin Hart brand. Damn. So he sold his brand to ABG, while Hart himself becomes a shareholder in the company, allowing him to co-manage and expand his brand across multiple sectors, including consumer products, digital platforms, and live experiences. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The purpose of the deal, goddamn, the agreement is designed to accelerate growth, diversify Hart's business ventures, and ensure the longevity of his brand beyond his Hollywood career. I mean, could he just did that shit himself? Like, started a brand. Well, now you do it. You need the Illuminati. I mean, you got all them white folk bagging your shit pretty much guaranteed to sell. Try to do that shit independent. Master P making some noise independent. You know, he got the rap snacks and shit like that. Snoop cereal and all that. I think he said they came to Walmart. They was in Walmart. The Louis, he got noodles. But that shit ain't just publicity though. Independent, y'all shit ain't like Hidden Valley, man. They everywhere. Alright. They say he empathized that the partnership provides a global infraction to scale his brand, aiming for a legacy that could be passed down to future generations. I mean, damn, Kevin Hart, you got a lot of money. You could have just passed this shit down yourself. Did you need ABG? Unless they gave you some more money. I mean, you never had too much money, man. Anyway, Dame Dad says you could. Dame Dad said you fucked up. You done gave them niggas, you done became a shareholder to yourself. It said he retains partial ownership and influence over his own brand. So now he gotta make a split with these niggas, but he still gotta be the face of his shit while benefiting from ABG's brand management. The structure will allow him to co-own some of the most recognizable intellectual property and expand his brand. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? And expand his brand into new verticals, ensuring it continues to generate revenue long after his on-screen career slows down. The deal positions Hart among an elite group of celebrities, the Illuminati, whose names will have been transformed into the global business ventures. Illuminati. Okay, yeah. Damn, I think he just signed with the Illuminati on this shit, dog. That's all this is. He didn't sell his name. Dang. He just got with the Illuminati, bro. It's the strategic implements, dog. That's all. Yeah. He just signed to the Illuminati, fam. That's it.
Harvey would never ever be able to say is that I was his friend. That he will never be able to say that. I would never even let him say that publicly. You know what I'm saying? It would be like I would put pressure on him. Harvey was never comfortable in my presence because I would tease him a lot. He was not well dressed, and his hygiene wasn't all there. He'd be wearing the same suit for fucking 3 weeks and it would be like premieres. We were in the same circle. I see him. He'd be in slippers and shit. So you could ask white people, like, you know, agents and shit, what it used to look like when I used to walk in the room with Harvey Weinstein. He would never be able to be comfortable enough because I didn't respect him and he smelled funny. He wasn't allowed to be that close to me. He had to be one person in between. And usually it would be Giuseppe like, yo, Damon, you got to stop doing this and yelling at him like this. You have to stop. And I'd be like, yo, he's my friend. I'd be like, fuck him. Because he would never pass a plug. And I already knew that Harvey was never putting up his bread. There was a circle of friends that would put up the equity for everything he did. So he wasn't putting up bread. We owned the club together called Socialista. He never put up the money. Giuseppe I put up my money, and this thing Paul was jerking off in the motherfucking kitchen. I couldn't even eat in the restaurant. I'm like, bro, what you doing? And you didn't even send your money. So that was my interaction with him. It wasn't letting a white man speak for me and say he's my friend. It was get your funky ass out of here and stop jerking off in the kitchen before I smack the shit out of you. That's what was my relationship with those people. And you can see why I'm not trying to.
And that's why you broke, man. And they made sure your ass went broke, fam. They made sure your ass had teeth that coming out your mouth now. Long after Weinstein dead. Them niggas blackball you from the grave, fam. Cause they remember that shit.
And I don't want to be their friends.
He was in the kitchen masturbating?
Yes, that's what the nigga used to do. Pause. He'd get with a chick and do some dumb shit in the kitchen. And I'd be like, Giuseppe, I can't even eat no more in here. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
He was on some weirdo shit.
That nigga nasty.
Or it'd be girls I know that would be like, yo, this nigga had me go to the hotel and came out in a towel. And I'd be like, doesn't he know you my friend? Did you tell him I know you? So I used to know about all those antics and shit, but I didn't know, he was forceful. But the funny thing is some of them girls would go back. They would be like, yeah, but I went back. And I'd be like, what are you telling me for? Don't even tell me no more. Go back then. You know what I'm saying? Like they would still take meetings. Everyone that got there, you got to think about something. I pivoted 20 years ago so that no one could ever say that I was getting any money with them, that I drew a line, that I walked away. No one's going to say, but you was getting money with them. No. I started getting.
Yeah, they cut you out the money a long time ago, man. You got cut out the money.
Getting money, and then I walked away.
Yeah,
and I did it on my own. So don't you think I knew? I didn't know about. I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't know about the eating babies and like the trafficking and all that shit. I thought the girls were uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's Illuminati. Eating babies. What the fuck? They thought they was gonna get like some what? Like some spiritual awakening or something from that, bro. Man, that nigga, I ain't never just paid attention to Harvard. I know about the sexual shit. Eating babies is a different type of nigga, man.
Comfortable, young looking, but I walked away from them because of certain flags, and I was like I knew at some point the world was going to evolve enough. I thought it would happen a lot quicker to see that this is immoral. So I saw a lot of immoral things going on that I didn't want anyone to think that I was still down with.
Okay, this will Boosie. Okay, maybe that shit Boosie was talking for real. Immortalize. Young Thug would immortalize himself, and Future is the biggest immortal. That's what that nigga just said to immortals. He said they think that, oh man, he put me on rich nigga shit. Now I didn't know about the immortals. I just thought everybody was mortal. I thought we was all just Herman and shit. But I didn't know niggas was immortal. Now I know niggas is immortal. I gotta start paying more attention.
Quicker to see that this is immoral. So I saw a lot of immoral things going on that I didn't want anyone to think that I was still down with. When's the last time you heard of me getting $1 with Rockefeller? Since 2005. So maybe.
You telling me they immortalized? They immortalized over there, man?
Maybe it might mean that I became aware of certain things and I pivoted. So you can never say I was with them, that I did any of that. And maybe I might have seen that, like y'all not gonna say
What? You say you seen them eating babies and shit over there? Immortalized? And you immortalize them?
I was looking at it like, oh, you think I'm gonna be the fall guy for all this shit? Yeah, all right. I was prepped and primed to be Puff, sitting in jail right now.
But ain't nothing go down though. How would you prick the prime to be Puff? But ain't nobody went down for nothing at Rockefeller, bro. Ain't nobody. I ain't heard about Jay-Z going down. No P Diddy shit. Or nothing like that for him. They tried it, but then he sued their ass. So what the fuck did they talk about, man? What was happening over there, bro?
You understand what they're cooking these niggas one by one. So I just was like, y'all lining me up to be, when I don't do what you want, to do that. And I'm not doing that with y'all. You gotta be very careful with the people that empower you and their intentions. So if you work for the devil, then you can't, why would you trust the devil? If the devil tells you to lie, why would you trust that person? God would never tell you to lie. I'm godly. My perspective is godly. I can only see the positive in everything. And I've never been punished. Well, I've never been abused to where I'm mad at the world and that where I had to say, God, why did you let this happen to me? And that's never happened to me. So I have no malice in my heart. But you got to remember, the opposite of good is evil. So if I'm walking in the room, don't you think every single evil person is going to cringe? So every single person to me that has something bad to say about me, knowing how much of a good nigga I am, has to be persuaded by the devil. There's no good.
Only you think you a good nigga though. Like, that is not a fact. That's only a fact to you, man. We don't know how true that is. You probably done fuck niggas over in the contract like Gucci or something. You probably done got more money out of niggas that you gave them. You done, you know what I mean? Like, you done did something. You ain't had. I don't think if you were perfect, man, God wouldn't let you be having spitting out teeth, man. He wouldn't let that happen to you, dang. Because you ain't immortalized. You seen them getting immortalized. You got our more of them immortalized. That's the shit Boosie was talking about.
Dude that says I'm a bad dude. Name one good dude. Like, Cam's not known as a good dude.
I mean, if they not, well, them niggas did Charity Bird. I think they done did more for New York. Nigga 50 done did more for New York and Shreveport than you probably done ever did for mankind, period. You know what I'm saying?
50's not known as a good dude. Jay's not known as a good dude. Leor's not known as a good dude. Steve Stout's not known as a good dude. Nori's not known as, and I don't have no beef with him, but no.
Nori? Damn, Nori seemed pretty goddamn cool, man. I ain't never heard nobody say nothing bad about Nori Yeager, nigga. El Plaga, nigga? I ain't never heard nobody say nothing bad about El Plaga, fam. Come on, man. You telling me El Plaga, homie? The real Nori Yeager, he owed me 100 favors? Ah, man. I don't know. I see him and his wife have some problems on like marriage boot camp type shit, but nah, man, I ain't never heard nothing really bad about Nori Yeager, man. That nigga get on this motherfucker. I think he getting personal. These is bad people to him. Like, he a good person to him. This is all him. This is the Dame effect, nigga. Now Kevin Hart a bad person. Cause he cut him off.
One that talks about me is known to be a good dude. But I'm known to be a good dude. So of course the devil's gonna try to make me look bad. And an indicator of a person with a bad heart is someone that says something bad about me. Because what can you say? All I do is try to teach the culture. All I try to do is open the doors for everybody that I work with. Why would someone like Cam, Fredo, who I really put on, really protected, how could he have this stance? How could he do this with those big ass, stupid ass, fucking cheap teeth? How could he do that? And I never did nothing but protect him. The devil got him. Like, I'm a good nigga. You can't go against a good nigga unless you evil. Because you think about it, good niggas won't be like, yo, f that nigga, or tease that nigga. They be like, that's a good nigga. I remember my man Jay Black, the lynch mob, tried to put him in the trunk. And his man, this is what he told me, his man, you know, grabbed him and he knew him. And he was like, yo, do what y'all gotta do. He was like, why don't you do it? He said, I ain't gonna do nothing to you. You a good nigga. Even bad niggas don't want to do something to a good nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to do anything bad or say anything bad about a good nigga. Anybody that got something bad to say about good nigga is the devil. Yep. And has been influenced by the devil or has been paid to do it. But I only see the devil in that man's heart. I don't see him doing anything from a godly perspective. I don't see him looking at anything from a positive perspective. That's not godly. I just felt like he lost all his faith and put his tail between his legs and got a whole new piece of a fucking football, boxing mouthpiece, a cheap one, and glued it in his mouth and he can't spit it out. And that's what it looks like to me. When the devil fucks with you, your teeth get big. Pause.
When the devil fuck with you, your teeth get big, nigga.
Your teeth get too big for your face.
Too big for your motherfucking face, nigga. Get over it. Damn, man. Dame just did all type of shit, man.
With Rula, it takes...
I rep BGE forever. Do the that nigga foot to the pedal. I rep BGE forever. Do the that nigga foot to the pedal.